Came up from the struggle, now we stacking chips. Black Wall Street, we rebuilding from the pits. Politics and business, we beyond rich. Donnie Glover Show, watch her shift the switch. Donnie Glover Show by BMOnews.com. Spotlight on the hustle where the real ones come. Every episode, dropping knowledge, dropping bombs. Donnie Glover Show by BMOnews.com. Talking black excellence, ain't no exclusivity. History in making, reclaiming our divinity. Break by break, rebuilding our community. Donnie Glover Show, celebrate unity. Donnie Glover Show by BMOnews.com. Spotlight on the hustle where the real ones come. Every episode, dropping knowledge, dropping bombs. Donnie Glover Show by BMOnews.com. From the boardroom to the streets, we making waves. Business minds running, new paths paved. Politicians listen, they know we are brave. Black Wall Street dreams rising from the grave. Donnie Glover Show by BMOnews.com. Spotlight on the hustle where the
we have some stars in the building.
Donnie Glover Show by BMOnews.com.
We'd like to welcome you to BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth. Special thank you to our executive producer of Be More News in Niagara, Mr. Emmanuel Price. We're up here on, this is the New York side, and that's the Canadian side, and we will be there for the New Year's dropping of the ball or somewhere around here. Very beautiful Niagara Falls, some of the best water in the world. So make sure you get out, get your passport, and do some traveling. And keep watching BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth. Welcome to BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth. Here on the Pike, Mississippi, with our very dear friend Corey Mathis. A beautiful town, New Orleans. Keep watching BeMoreNews.com. We're going to give you an update. 10 years since Katrina. The news before the news, where we uncover the truth.
Wall Street, we rebuilding from the pits. Politics and business, we beyond rich.
First name's Donnie, last name's Glover, in it to win it for the long haul, baby. Here's what the data shows. There are over 2 million businesses in the U.S. owned by Black African-American women. Share of women-owned businesses. Black American women own about 14% of all women-owned businesses. Employment impact. Their businesses employ over 500,000 people. Revenue generation. These businesses bring in tens of billions, somewhere between 90 to 120 in annual revenue. Growth trends from 2019 to 2024. There was a strong growth in the number of firms, employment, and revenue among Black women-owned businesses. But much of that growth comes from non-employer firms, businesses that don't have paid employees besides the owner, rather than employer firms. Tonight, we're going to talk with some Black women in business who are not playing. All the way from Atlanta, we'd like to welcome Jessica Land. How are you, Jessica?
I'm fine. I'm from Baltimore.
Yes. Are you in Baltimore?
Yes.
I got that twisted. Okay, and then Milan, where are you from originally?
Washington, D.C.
D.C. in the house. Who is the greatest mayor ever of the district?
Marion Barry.
Nobody mad at you. Mayor for life.
Yes, mayor for life.
How's it going?
All is, I don't even know the word to fill in right now. I want to say all is well, but I'm also just trying to convince myself that all is well, because it's good to keep calm amidst a whole bunch of chaos. So to answer your question in short, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out as I go.
How about you, Jessica? How's it going?
It's going well. It's going well. Like my sister said, it's not always all is well. However, we're trying to work to get towards that point, of course. So it's good. It's definitely good.
Mm-hmm. Milan, what do you do?
So Home Free USA. I am the COO, Chief Operating Officer at Home Free USA. We're a national nonprofit organization. Fun fact, my parents started the organization 31 years ago. And ultimately, what we do is we elevate communities financially through sustainable homeownership. So we provide guidance to help renters become homeowners, help homeowners tap into and leverage their equity in their home responsibly, help homeowners avoid foreclosure if they're behind. We do real estate development in Baltimore. We have partnerships with 16 HBCUs throughout the country, teaching the students financial awareness, connecting them to careers in the mortgage industry, helping them to buy homes at younger ages. We've produced 12 homeowners before the age of 25 through our program, and just touched thousands more through our financial education. And then we also have nationwide affiliates of housing counseling organizations. So that's the long and short of it.
Jessica, what do you do?
Wow. And not that. I'm a babypreneur. So
I never heard of that before. I heard of womanpreneur, shepreneur, hepreneurs. You said a babypreneur. No,
So
you're a grown woman.
I'm a nurse by trade. I've been a nurse, registered nurse for over 27 years. And when I say I'm a babypreneur, meaning I'm just getting my feet wet as far as entrepreneurship, trying to step away from right now the corporate. I've been away from bedside for a minute. I'm with the government, but I do more of community service. I do, well, as far as my businesses are concerned, I do mentoring with young ladies. One of my organizations is called Lit Ladies in Training, and we do tutoring. We do teaching life skills, social skills, professionalism, how to show up for an interview, how to write a resume, and how to look the part.
Is that your business?
Yes, sir. Yes. And
how do you get paid?
Say that again.
How do you make money?
Well, with this business, it's I don't know. Have you heard of Boys in the Hood with Cameron Miles in Baltimore?
I have.
It's going to be a mirror image of that, but for females. So we have sponsorships. We do get paid through parents who are low income. So they have grants and programs that they use, and we get paid through that. And that's more of my passion business. But my money maker business is where I do with agencies, at PRP agencies. I would be like, I'm the nurse that comes out to make sure everything is, I guess you could say, on the up and up as far as the treatment, the care, the plan, goals, and that sort. So that's
what's that called?
That's called Hands Helping to Live.
No. What's the type? What industry is that? Health services?
Healthcare. Mm-hmm. Healthcare. Yes.
Okay, so you have a healthcare business.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Any advice, Milan, for Milan, as you were talking about it, the family-owned business, it took me back to me growing up in a funeral home. I had no interest whatsoever of working there.
So your family owned a funeral home? And do you all still have the funeral home in the family?
No, they are. My father is gone, my mom's gone, and I'm a journalist.
Well, there you go. But I'm sure that entrepreneurial spirit through the funeral home business, resonated with you. And no,
No question.
okay,
I've been thinking about
I was
this.
about to say.
Yeah, I was thinking about this last night, how, like you, growing up in a family business, your mindset is different than your friends.
That's true.
Very much so.
When you grow up in a family business, you go ahead, Milan. You kind of breaking up there.
Sorry, I'm gonna switch devices. Am I still breaking up?
It's fuzzy, yes.
It's fuzzy. Okay, I'm gonna switch devices.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second. Just give me
Okay.
1 second.
How about yourself, Jessica?
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Did you grow up around any entrepreneurs?
Not really. I grew up in the heart of West Baltimore. My grandparents, they were successful.
Somebody was a hustler, Jessica. Come on. Somebody was a hustler. You just don't. I mean, some people do. But
I'm sorry. Let me take that back.
Yes.
Yeah, my grandmother she actually owned beauty salons. She was the first. First.
You need some coffee? Come on, baby. I'm just getting out of class, and let me tell you, I'm rolling.
I'm nervous. I'm sorry.
Get over it. Come on, we trying to hustle. We on the corner, and we selling our products. I'm selling Be More News. Milan is selling homes, and you're selling healthcare. So
yes.
Let's get it right.
So yes, my grandmother, she was an entrepreneur. Yes.
Damn right.
Yes.
Thank you, Mafia. You got to get your hustle on.
Yes. In fact, she had a salon right on North Avenue. North and
See, you ain't from Baltimore.
Like Baker, like in that block.
Where?
Like North and it was in the block of like North and Baker, in between Baker and Ruxton, I guess you could say.
Baker and North Avenue are parallel.
Baker and North Avenue
run the same way.
It's in that block.
That's not a block. They 4 blocks apart. You got North Avenue, Westwood, Presbury, Baker.
Oh, you're right. Bentlow. I'm sorry. Bentlow and Bentlow, yes. Bentlow and Ruxton. Is that better?
Yeah, where'd you grow up?
Moreland Avenue, sir. 1600 block.
You don't know where no North and Bentlow at. You stayed in the house, didn't you, Jessica?
I stayed on the steps reading, yes. In fact, I used to see you in passing.
Now I remember you. You stayed on the floor. You did not come outside.
No, I was on the steps reading my books.
Well, that's how my parents had me in East Baltimore. I couldn't go outside much, and I didn't understand it then. But so Milan, we did conclude her grandmama had 2-3 beauty salons.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay, got you. And can you all hear me? Okay.
You're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me about Milan growing up. When did you realize that? And I'm just presuming. Did most of the kids you grew up with, were their parents entrepreneurs?
No, I grew up in that true Marion Barry generation where, most Black folks in the DMV still, even to this day, are working for the government, whether it's DC government, federal government, and maybe they were contractors with the government. But my parents were pretty unique in the fact that they were entrepreneurs, and they were very unique that both were entrepreneurs. So we grew up, and it was 4 of us. I'm the youngest of 4 brothers and sisters, or 3, I'm the 4th one. So, I mean, when you have a lot of siblings, it's like dog eat dog, survival of the fittest, who's going to eat first, because if you wait, you may not eat tonight kind of thing. And matched with parents who were quintessential hustlers, who really were the type of people where you eat what you hunt. And so growing up with that, with that, background, it gave all of us, my brothers, sisters, and I, just an expectation of, if you want it, you got to get it yourself. And even if you're working for someone else, you still have to have an entrepreneurial mindset in that. The other valuable lesson is, I was raised, we weren't well off by no means, but our income fluctuated so much that I also understood the art, or not even the art, the reality is of income fluctuation. Money goes up, it's here one day and everybody's eating good. Next day it's like, okay, we're about to file bankruptcy because the money's not flowing in. So it's like, okay, let's go shop before this bankruptcy hits, that kind of thing. So we learn,
you are speaking facts.
Yeah. So you just start to learn, like, ebb and flows, feast and famine. And with that, you just can't be too, lazy thinking that things are just going to work out, because sometimes they may go good 90% of the time, but that 10%, you got to be able to survive it when it happens.
I have seen funny money. I have used funny money before.
Yes.
It wasn't a long part of my experience, but I do remember.
Yeah.
I have seen lights out.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think the key, even today, be cool, just breathe, and go back to what your parents and your grandparents taught you. Pull that candle out. You might need to knock on your neighbor's door. That's why it's important to speak to your neighbors.
Yep.
I don't know about your block, Jessica, but I know in my block, in the 1500 block of Moreland Avenue, we were a family.
Oh yeah, we were too. Absolutely. We looked out for each other. There have been times when I was coming up, I guess you could say as a teenager, if someone outside of the neighborhood was trying to, flirt or whatever, the block was like, oh no, she's off limits, so they looked out for us. And
I'm gonna keep it 100 for you, Jessica. The dope boys probably looked out for you.
Yes, they did. Absolutely.
They are part of the community.
Oh,
whether
yeah.
we want to acknowledge it or not.
Oh yeah, we went to school together.
We grew up together. They just made a decision at a certain point in life. But Milan, what comes to my mind, and I just started school down at Maryland.
Oh, congratulations.
A doctoral program in business administration. And some of the keenest examples that just stick out in my mind is what we all see every day. If you're in Baltimore, if you're in DC, you see cats hustling. But it's not just the cat on the corner. There are 3, 4, 5 other people involved for different skill. They have different skill sets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even down to, and I'm just keeping it 100, even down to the attic.
Yep. Yep.
It is an economy, a subculture, a world within itself. Even it affects business owners. Corner store in the middle of such a neighborhood. The police start looking at the store like the store is involved. So it's so many layers and dynamics. The church.
Yeah. Yeah.
You mentioned the nonprofit, Jessica. We don't think of church as a business. Church is a business.
Oh, it is. They got to keep the lights on.
When it comes down to keeping these lights on, keeping that water going,
right?
Insurance,
exactly.
The property taxes, that's a business. You know that bill coming in Baltimore every August.
Yeah.
The water bill used to come once a year, and there it comes once a month. And a lot of times I find our churches aren't practicing, best business practices. I saw one church out Liberty Road. I won't call them out. They built a whole new church on the other side of the road. But you got a big old church right here, and then the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
Sometimes we busy building the biggest churches as opposed to building the smartest churches.
Mm-hmm.
I think even in the Bible it talks about being a good steward.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Milan, there's a button here down the bottom that says share. And you can put that flyer. Do you have a flyer for the event?
Yeah.
Let's get to that event.
Okay, so let me talk it through, and then I'm gonna try to figure out, since I switched to my phone, how to share it. So
you want to send it to me? Can you send it to me?
I can send it to you now. Yeah. So we have a 5-day Develop the Developer Academy, and basically what the theme or the design of the academy is to help local real estate developers learn the ins and outs and really get the information that they can to scale up and grow their business and take their business to the next level, and to really have profitable community-centered real estate development in Prince George's County and Baltimore. But Baltimore is a huge focus right now. And Donnie, I'm trying to talk and send this to you in a sec, but I'll just finish this and I'll send it to you. But Baltimore is a hot zone for development because one thing, you know, folks can say whatever they want to about Brandon Scott, and I'm gonna keep it very neutral here.
Hey, look, we good with the mayor. He's
okay,
the mayor,
and that says a lot. That says a lot. If you good with the mayor, Donnie, that says a whole lot.
Why wouldn't I be?
No. I'm not saying
no. For just for general purposes, and I say this so you don't know what happened. Mm-hmm. Don Lemon comes here and poses a similar question.
Yeah.
And Don Lemon caused a bit of a ruckus in Baltimore, asking if we want Trump to send some federal troops here. And let me just clarify.
Yeah.
Hell to the no.
Right.
Why? Let's start with the topic of this show. We're in business. If you got the National Guard in my city, then anybody doing business with me might say, whoa, you got other issues you need to be dealing with. I'm not dealing with you. You have the National Guard in your city. It's a black eye, it's a tax, it's a tariff, it's like an albatross around the neck. I don't know any good that comes of it. And for the people who say send them here, I find they don't even live here. So mind your damn business.
Exactly. Exactly. No,
if you live here, that's one thing. And you have the right to your opinion. And I have my right to mine. And you know, some people got mad at me. Like I'm supposed to slam the mayor. First of all, this is not an election year. The election was 2 years ago. And then before that, 4 years ago. So he's been the mayor for 6 years. Yes, I'm involved in politics. But when that man won 6 years ago, the fight is over. Support him or shut up.
All right.
That's it. If you ain't going to support him, then shut up. Because whoever you voted for lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So go back to the drawing board. Meanwhile, he's running it, and the same for the governor. The governor's in his first term. He done had a number of challenges, including that, what was it, the Key Bridge? Because I mess it up all the time. Yeah, the Key Bridge. The bridge goes down. You're dealing with Trump and I don't know. I have no reason to attack these black men.
Yeah.
In office. They got enough stuff
on their plate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Donnie, I know you do your homework. That's why I'm saying if you speak highly of anyone, it's warranted because you do your homework on people, which I appreciate. And you're honest in your approach.
Yeah, this ain't the time. You want to beat West up over reparations, that's another fight. But in terms of sending the troops here, come on, man. Why didn't you send the troops to D.C. on January 6th, sir?
Yeah.
See, until you, it's like a dope fiend. It's like a drug addict who's in denial. It's okay to be an addict. I'm not saying it's for me, but the denial part. Oh, I'm not an addict. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
The whole world know it. Denial. Don't even know I'm a liar. That's Donald Trump. Okay, Milan, what you need to go off screen. I need to get your flyer up. Or we
Okay,
need.
I'm gonna send it to you in just a moment. Look, Donnie, this will be the one day my Wi-Fi is out, so I'm working on
It's
this real
okay.
limited
Is
bandwidth.
it online anywhere?
No. So folks can go, I'm gonna send it to you in just a moment, but folks can go to homefreeusa.org/developer.
Okay.
Homefreeusa. Mhm.
homefreeusa.org/developer.
Yep. And that is the best way to learn more about the developer. And look, there are a lot of resources out there. The Developer Academy is just one of several, but it's so important that we take advantage of resources to buy a home, resources to sustain our home, resources to make sure we have our estate planned and passed down and all that good stuff, that we take advantage of these development type of trainings. Because what happens so often is that folks are coming into our communities and wanting to profit. And if we're the ones that are typically left out of that, even though we've been the ones living through the tragedy and burden of, and creating the blessings in these communities too. So Develop the Developer is just that, a training opportunity, an opportunity for emerging developers to really learn the ins and outs of real estate development so that they can scale up their business.
Okay, so tell me about your website. It's coming up on the screen here.
Okay, perfect. And I just sent you to Donnie the flyers as well. But basically, if you scroll down, you could just click to apply, and just learn more information. We have some testimonials on there. Our information session. It'll be once you go in with with your Wi-Fi, everything will show up. You'll have an informational video to watch to give you more information on the program, and it's pretty straightforward. The dates are November 7th through the 11th, and at the Cambria Hotel right outside of Baltimore. And the deadline to apply is September 26th.
Okay, I'm opening up this email. Milan, any thoughts on? Jessica, any thoughts on home ownership? Is that important in your life?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. I'm a homeowner, so I definitely support that. I think we definitely should strive for more home ownership, and especially in our community and with Baltimore, with all of the vacant homes and things. So yes, and as well as like financial literacy and getting to that point of home ownership, that's definitely important.
Milan, one of the first things I did when I left employment for Diane Bell, I was married at the time, but they gave us, I got like $16,000 severance package. And what I did with a portion of it was paid off this Baltimore City row house I have.
Nice.
And that was 2002. So I haven't paid a rent or a mortgage in 23 years. And that's allowed me to do more of what I need to do for this business.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I mean, this is Sandtown. It's not Randallstown or Owings Mills, but I have all of the accoutrements of a good neighborhood. We do have a food desert here in West Baltimore. There's no question about that. Okay, here's your flyer. Are you interested in real estate development but don't know where to start? That's what you're going to teach in Milan?
Yeah, so we're going to connect. One of the biggest hurdles, well, let me just give a couple of pieces of information here. Only 1% of real estate developers nationally are Black, brown, or women. So there is a heavy underrepresentation. Then you take that stat and look at our communities. There's a lot of development going on, but the question is, who is running the development, who is doing the development? And then the question is, how do you want to participate in that development? And so the Develop the Developer Academy, again, is your bridge to really scale up your business. Plus, we're going to connect you directly with funders who can help you to access the capital access government subsidies, whether it's through the state of Maryland, city, county, etc., to really fund your projects. The lack of capital, the lack of access to capital is a big thing that holds us back from really doing more in the real estate development space. Even if you know what money exists, it can be complicated to apply for the money. And real estate development, there's just a lot of ins and outs. And so this is kind of your guide, if you will, to move forward, but also connecting you with decision makers, folks who are regional lenders who have access to capital and can help you to qualify for some of the money that is out here.
So Jessica, tell me more. What about yourself? What can people do to support your business?
Well, they can find out more information through. I'm sponsoring a health fair that's Saturday, October the 4th, and there'll be tables there for actually many businesses. But like I said, as far as one of my passions is within the community. So the health fair, we'll have Giant, we'll have Walgreens. We're doing
do you have a flyer you want to send me? Did you send me a flyer that we can get it up?
I did, yes.
Where'd you send it? You texted it?
Yes.
Because that phone is dead. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that phone's upstairs on the charger.
Oh my
Might
Lord.
you be able to? Well, I tell you what. You keep talking. I'll go. It should be charged up now. Tell them more. Take over for me, Milan.
Okay. Hey, Jessica. Nice.
Hi, thank
Tell us
you.
more about your fair.
Okay, so it's an annual health fair. We haven't had a fair since COVID, since before COVID, and it's going to be held at the church, New Shiloh Baptist Church, which is in the heart of West Baltimore, right in the area, Freddie Gray area. But like I said, we'll have Walgreens, Giant. They're there for flu, pneumonia, COVID. Tdap is not for adults, it's for all ages, including children. We'll also have University Park West Medical Center, which one of my mentors is actually named after Dr. Janie Gear, Park West Medical Center. We'll have dental services available, Maryland Healthy Smiles, Zumba Fitness. We'll have voters registration, which is important. We'll have some local clinics and hospitals from the vicinity, LifeBridge Health, Total Healthcare, St. Agnes Hospital, Mount Washington Pediatrics, which is under Johns Hopkins. We'll also have Johns Hopkins Bayview. So it's an assortment, like you mentioned, resources, and it's free, to the community, free. And they're usually, every table usually always have some type of free giveaway. And also with the screenings, it's not just to show up, it's to check your blood pressure, it's to check your cholesterol, check your glucose level. Some people, leave out of there, didn't even know that, they're actually at a stroke level. They may need the ambulance, not being able to drive home. So resources are important, especially in our communities, and especially now, where it's hard to come by, especially healthcare resources. So October the 4th, I'm looking forward to having that.
Is this your first one?
No, sir. We've been, the torch has been passed to me. This has probably been my maybe, I guess over 10 years I've been doing it now. This is the first one since COVID, but I've also spearheaded our site, which was a COVID vaccination site. It ended up being a permanent site. It was temporary with the Maryland National Guard and also the Lieutenant Governor at the time. So I do spearhead and coordinate those types of events. We did mobile COVID screening where you just drive up and then get tested and then drive on out. So like I said, community is really my passion. So
See, you scare me when you say that passion word, because I used to say that, and what I learned is, even though it's your passion, if you want to do it for a long time or extended period of time, you got to treat it like a business. Because one, people are ungrateful. You go busting your butt for people. I struggle helping ungrateful people. I struggle. Call Jesus, call who you want. If you took the time to be thoughtful enough to create opportunities for people, and then they can't appreciate it, I mean. So I'm literally, when you say passion, I want it to be a business. I want it to make sense for you, because in order to do it and sustain doing it for a period of time, it's got to make sense. And for me, if it don't make money, it don't make sense. People come to me all the time, oh, I'm doing this for the kids. Okay, good for you. I'm doing a bunch of stuff for kids. What's your point? Because that's a guilt trip, and I don't do guilt trips. You know what I mean? And even the kids are part of business. When you look at the business model, if our business model, this was taught to me, if we are not looking, you, Milan, if you're not focused on 15 to 25-year-olds, and I said me, but as we get older, we forget that they are the incoming spenders, consumers. And we got to groom them. We got to start younger and younger. I was doing this, I'll say this and then try to get this piece up. I was doing a youth entrepreneurship awards, and come to find out, I was like, well, where are the Black youth entrepreneurs? And they said, well, they over in some literally, they said a Jewish organization. All of these Black youth entrepreneurs in Baltimore are part of this organization. I'm like, well, that's fine, but where's our connection with our youth entrepreneurs? I'll be damned if I need somebody to teach to train my youth.
Makes sense. I'm receiving it.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
We got to do better. We're not doing bad. We've achieved a lot of things, but I just, I'm Black Wall Street. Ain't no question about that. I'm unapologetically Black too. I don't know if you can see that, Milan.
But this little screen. I see. Okay.
I am Black Wall Street, unapologetically Black. That's the first book. This is the most recent book. This came out a month ago. Black Blueprint, Baltimore to Burkina Faso.
Oh.
But here's your flyer. Go ahead through your flyer.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're going to have
and
many resources.
We got to shout out this lady here. This lady still is one of the most phenomenal. I knew her at Morgan State, and she just had a birthday too. Happy birthday, Sherry. Happy birthday to you. She is the singer. I don't know if you ever heard.
Miss Sherry.
I don't know if you know, but she the one.
Oh, I know her.
You know her?
She helped groom me.
Okay.
Yeah, I know her very well. Yes, she groomed me, taught my son as well. Yes.
Morgan State.
She's a
Morgan State University. I can take her back. I can say some songs that was under the Nathan Carter, Dr. Nathan Carter.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, hit your flyer.
Oh, okay. So the health fair is going to be at New Shiloh Baptist Church, Saturday, October the 4th, from 9 to 1. We're having over 22 vendors, and it's family. It's not just for adults, it's for children. We'll have Maryland Healthy Smiles. We'll have Giant, Walgreen. We'll have flu, pneumonia, shingles, COVID, diabetes screenings, cholesterol screenings, flu, I said flu, glucose screening, sorry. Zumba Fitness. We'll also have voters registration, insurance information for those who either underinsured or no insurance. Also, podiatry care, Mount Washington Medical Center, Johns Hopkins, Bayview for Elder Plus will also be there. We have, let me see, LifeWave, which deals with pain management and also weight loss, but it's all organic. It's not medicine. So it's going to be, I think, really good good resources for the community. It's free, so I hope people do come out and take advantage of these resources. And Donnie, I received everything that you said, and yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
No problem. Come on, Milan, let's go through it before we get up out of here.
Well, develop the Developer Academy. Again, I just can't stress it enough. So often we are so irritated. I know I am, being from DC, seeing the change, if you will. Folks are walking around in neighborhoods where I never thought folks would walk around in, if you know what I mean. So it's just so important that we take advantage of these resources that are available. Mayor Scott, under the leadership of Wes Moore. I mean, there's a lot of money coming down the pike, hitting Baltimore currently as we speak, that is funding real estate development. There's a very focused attention on Baltimore to build Baltimore up and to build Baltimore Black. Let me say that again. It's not just to rebuild Baltimore, but it's to build Baltimore Black. What Mayor Scott is doing now is what, Maynard Jackson, Marion Barry have done in the past. And he, in a great way, is taking from those playbooks. But we cannot rest and wait for somebody else to come and give us something that we could give to ourselves. The opportunity is here, but you have to unlock that opportunity with resources like this. There are a lot of development academies that are coming through Baltimore. And whatever it is, take advantage of the one that is best for you. I can only speak for this one, which is, again, not only will you learn the fundamentals of real estate development, but you're also being connected with decision makers who have access to money. And that is the biggest hurdle that we have, and you're going to learn the ins and outs, mistakes to avoid. You're going to learn from expert developers. It's only 20 people that we're allowing in this or admitting into this cohort. Last year, 86 applied, only 20 people were accepted. And after the 5-day, we stay with you for the year, for 8 months following, giving you all the virtual sessions, in-person sessions, greater networking opportunities for mentorship, because we don't want this to be just like a class you take and fall asleep in. This is a class that, we want you to take advantage of, learn from, and do something with. And last thing I'll mention too is, when it comes to Baltimore, I've been talking a lot about real estate development, but there is a lot of home buying opportunities in the city. To buy your first home in Baltimore, you could qualify for upwards of $45,000, if not more. You have big employers like Johns Hopkins, Morgan State University, University of Maryland, who have lived near your work dollars. You have State of Maryland, who has money that you may be able to qualify for. Baltimore City, then neighborhoods like Upton, you could qualify for up to $60,000 to buy a home in the Upton community. So folks, look, we can only lead you to water, but you gotta fish. You have to swim. Take advantage of the resources because they're out there. Home Free USA, please come to us. Log on to homefreeusa.org. If you put that / homefreeusa.org/developer, you'll learn more about our Developer Academy. Or just go to homefreeusa.org to learn how we can help you become a homeowner. Because I can guarantee you, if you, in a couple of years, what you see, what you're looking at right now, Baltimore, is not going to be the case at all. But you want to get into it now. You don't want to wait till Baltimore is the new quote unquote Baltimore, whatever that looks like. You want to get into the city now while prices are affordable, while they're building and bringing back that vacancy and blight. You want to get that going and take advantage of the resources.
One of the things, one of the critiques I hear, everybody knows David Bramble is developing the harbor. People are now seeing that he's bigger than the harbor, that he's been developing across the country. It's starting to make sense because he not only has a project at the harbor, he's got the one at North and Linden. He also did across the street from Morgan. What's that? Northwood. He manages millions of square feet of real estate across the country. But one of the things when we interviewed him on the television show, one of the critiques was, oh, they're pricing people out of the neighborhood. Now, Milan, I need you to school me because I get a little frustrated. I've lived in Sandtown, since 92, this house here. When I hear people saying price out, if that is somebody who's already in the neighborhood, what's your complaint? Because any development is going to make your property value go up. That's my thought. I need you to school me. The other thing is, when I look at the black people who were living at Park Heights, 46, 47, 48, 4900 block of Park Heights Avenue, they knocked down all of those houses and they left them down for at least 10 years. Whole lot of black people who were there are no longer there. Then they come back with this, they put up some affordable joints, but you know the expensive houses are coming. How do we, as Baltimoreans, how should we logically look at development? Because in my world, in order to make a scrambled egg, you got to crack an egg. You can't make an omelet without cracking an egg. I look at East Baltimore, and I do get it. That people, when they knocked a lot of the projects down, the public housing down, people thought they would come back. Because I want you to clarify some stuff. The projects, according to my father, God rest his soul, was supposed to be a temporary stay. That's where you go, get your stuff together, and so you can move on to somewhere else. It was not supposed to be a multi-generational experiment. But be that as it may, how should I, Donnie Glover, look at development? To me, it's a good thing, but I need you to school me because some people say it prices people out of a neighborhood.
Well, you know, like anything in life, there are going to be pros and cons. There's absolutely nothing in life that has all wins and no losses. And you just have to look at development in the same way. The question is, are you going to be on the winning side or the losing side? And that's just really it. Because let me just give you an example. We do a lot of real estate development in the Poppleton area of West Baltimore on West Fayette Street. There is neighbors in the area. I'm not going to, say folks' names, but
you've been on the show. One of the big time guys down there has been on the show. He was running for office, July Venroy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So when we went into Poppleton, again, most of the homes on the 1,000 block of West Fayette were vacant. And there were a couple longstanding homeowners who had the home for hundreds of years. It had been in their family for hundreds of years. Now, here's the thing, though. Before we came, those same homeowners whose home were passed down from family to family, and they were able to retain the home, that home had no value in it. We came in, started doing the work in the neighborhood. We sold the first house for about $150,000. The next house, over time, the value started to go up. And so now we're able to sell houses in that area for $299,000, $300,000, and usually around $300 to $350. So here's the thing.
Anybody in real estate wants. You want to buy property, develop it, and make more money. That's just business. What do we say to these people saying, you pricing us out? And let me just qualify this. We want to go to Dubai. I don't know why we want to go to a country where they just ended slavery in 1971, but we want to go to France. I don't know why we want to go to France, because Ibrahim Traoré done already told you we don't mess with France ever again. We want them out of Africa. But be that as me, we learn. Whoa, we learn a new dance. I got my boots on the ground. We learn a new dance in 30 seconds. But when it comes time to buying something that means something, like our neighborhood, like our block, we get goofy. And then we want to complain. And then we want to blame Brandon Scott, David Bramble, or whomever, Westmore, Martin Luther King. When we going to own our situation?
Well, that and you know, so much of that lack of ownership mentality goes into our history, because the history of racism in this country, we look at it in a physical way, you know, being lynched, beaten, and that kind of thing. We also have to look at it in the financial way, because the financial stripping is really where racism really took effect. And so with that in mind, that financial stripping decades after decades after decades, then you have a community of people who, you know, don't love being broke, if you will, but repeat the actions that keep us in this situation. But it's the good time. The good thing is it's always now. Now is the best time to start breaking through some of those things. And going back to your original question, Donnie, you know, we have to have development in our communities so that the property values can grow. We have to have, I know folks don't like to hear this, but sometimes white people are going to come in our communities. We don't want, but we want to make sure they're not overtaking our communities, and it's a balanced, fair thing. But, you know, diversity in our communities can help the community to grow also in value. So there's a lot of ways to look at this. And so often we look at it from a space of, oh, we're under attack, when we really should look at it from a space of, let me learn what's happening so I can really win, be on the winning side of history, not the losing side. So going back to this, yes.
Jessica, where you live
Yes.
in? What part of town you live in?
West Baltimore. Lockern, kind of, sort of. Arlington.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Jessica, everybody, it's hard to get sisters to move back to the community.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, my realist had a lot to do with that. So, I mean, I actually prefer the city.
You paid your dues in the city.
Yeah. I mean, but Baltimore has a lot of nice pockets. That's what I tell a lot of people. You just have to know which pocket to venture to. And the area that I'm in, I mean, is peaceful, it's quiet, it's low crime. You know, it's
You grew up on Moreland Avenue. You grew up in the belly of the beast. I know what was going on there. They was popping on. Hey, for real, Milan, we seen it all.
Oh, yeah. I witnessed my first murder. I was 5. Yeah. That actually encouraged and influenced me to get, to become a nurse, because when I saw it happen, it was like, I felt so helpless. I couldn't help the person. You know, it just made me feel, you know, bad. But I thought everybody lived like that. I didn't know that wasn't normal. You know, like the helicopter in your window every night with the light shining bright. I thought everybody lived like that. So, yeah. But I figured that out when I went to college and shared my home life experience compared to others.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to undergrad at Coppin State University, and graduate school at Morgan State University.
Well, I didn't start at Coppin, but I did finish at Coppin. All right, let's hit you up one more time, and then we get up out of here. Milan, I know you had no idea of what to expect tonight, and quite frankly, believe it or not, my mind was on one thing earlier, and that was getting to College Park and getting that class.
Gotcha.
But I have been praying for this, and I've stayed in touch with you both. See, Jessica, you. What I was trying to get to, Milan, is that we can do both. We can live in Lockhearn, we can live in Ramstown, we can live in Owens Mills, but just don't sell that property you got in Baltimore. I see it on my block. My block is 25% occupied. I remember across the street where people live. When the grandparents died, the grandson was in Texas, and that house went to sugar honey iced tea. The addicts go in. Now we have a whole barrage of non-black addicts that have swooped down into the community, camping. And so it's a challenge. I'll tell you who is coming back who is coming to West Baltimore: Latinos. Que pasa, señor, señorita? Todo está bien. If they're going to work on a house across the street, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Because we have a shortage of people interested in doing the work, let alone living here.
Yeah.
That's and now where you were at Milan Poppleton, Daniel Venroy, it's Milan, you got to speak of the ecosystem of what happens when developers, I don't know if you dealt with, Lacite or what have you, but the ecosystem of why we must be involved. You got to speak to that one more time, because real estate, media, banking, those are the three industries in America for wealth. And yours is, they're not making any more land.
Yes. Well, I'll just say it like this. You're either at the table or you're on the menu. And the question is, which one do you want to be? And again, not all of us want to do real estate development. I totally get that. But going to what Donnie was saying earlier, home ownership is in reach. If you have family, your mother, father, grandparents, aunt, uncles, if they own a home in the city, work with them now to make sure that the estate planning is in place, so we don't have what's called tangled title or no will, no estate plan. When they die, then what happens? Our homes go to the government. And, it's funny because as much as we want to talk about, the man, whoever the quote unquote is doing this, that, and the third, the one thing we have to really make sure of is that we don't just give our assets away, which we tend to do a lot when our elders pass, but we haven't worked together, the younger and older generation, and make sure they have a plan of action. Because let me say, and I know this kind of goes counterculture here, I'm not necessarily a fan of keep grandma's house in the family, but what I am a fan of is making sure that grandma's house is passed down to the next generation with the clear deed, clear title, the government, you're not paying for the house double in probate fees and everything else, to stop making the government rich. And if you decide to not keep the house, you sell the house, but keep the reinvest the proceeds of the house. If you're inheriting a house free and clear, I don't care if it's on a vacant block, and you sit there and you sell the house to a developer, you think they are giving you top dollar. I can tell you this, there is no development on the face of this earth, I don't care whether they're black, white, yellow, or green, who are knocking at your door and going to offer you market rate for that home. It does not make sense, because they need to acquire properties. It's just the name of the game in business, at a lower rate so that they can get profit once they develop it. So if you have now inherited a house and you don't know what to do with it, also seek housing counseling services. There are entities like HUD approved housing counseling organizations, whether it's Home Free USA, Southeast CDC, Bel Air Edison. There's so many local organizations around. Call them up and say, hey, I just inherited this house. I don't know what to do, or I want to buy a home. Where do I start? Or I want to, get into real estate development, or I'm in real estate development, but I want to grow my business. Where do I start? The resources are out here. Take advantage. HomeFreeUSA.org.
We're going to send you to law school. I think you should be a lawyer.
Look, no, I'm in business. That's legal enough. Okay. That's legal enough.
One thing I got to have you address before we go is Jessica talked about her mentors. Last night, you and I were hanging out with somebody who is a mentor to both of us. You got to say a word about the lady whose house we were in.
Oh, look, I'm not going to throw out her last name, but I will say, if you know Diane, you know Diane. Diane is the connector of all connectors. Shout out to Diane. She is an amazing lady, but she is a person who leads with integrity, leads with ethics, and leads with kindness. And that's why she draws so many people to her in business and in life.
Without saying names, why is it important, as we reflect on last night, why is it important that we get together for business events in small circles like that? Normally we go to events like that at somebody's house. It's a fundraiser for a politician. At this one, we're talking business. Baltimore, land, development, your thing, your niche. Why is it important that we have not just her doing it, you, me, Jessica, and others? Because you look around that room and it's top-notch people, sharp resumes. Help me out. For them.
I really appreciate that question because, see, we're at a place now politically where we're going back in time related to how we're being treated. And a lot of these laws are being stripped across America in general. But if America catches a cold, we catch pneumonia. And now America is catching pneumonia. So I don't know what we're about to catch. I don't know what's worse than pneumonia.
We have built up some immunity. We have built up some immunity after years and years and years of this dogma. Actually, we have built up so much immunity. I don't know if you're seeing it, but I see other people sick.
Well,
I see us looking prettier and prettier. I don't know about you, but I see some people getting sick off the poison they've tried to carry. I told you, in the Black community, we have a burgeoning number of non-Black addicts. And I remember, Jessica, back when we were growing up, crack cocaine took over West Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
They told us, just say no. Today, it's an opioid epidemic.
Right.
But now, but Donnie, going back to exactly what you said, I'm glad you brought that up. Immunity. That's exactly right. We got herd immunity at this point. So going back to your question as to why it's so important we come together in small groups, because Black folks are we are Teflon Dons. We got a lot of things that we absorb that are not healthy when we are having to always be, on battleground. But at the same time, we have formed a thick skin. And so this is really the time for us to go back to a for us, by us mindset. And not just,
we should have never left it. Even we were chased away from it.
That's what it is.
Wall Street, they want to kill us.
Well, they do, but
we did our own, and they bombed us.
No, 1,000%. But as Maya Angelou said, we continue to rise, and we shall rise, and we still rise. So we got to keep on coming together in small groups. Just like you said, those small groups will trickle into bigger things. But it's so important. I mean, there are some major players in Baltimore City that have the right heart, the right mindset, and the right commitment, and the right context to move the city in a forward way. And it's already happening. So we just got to continue to work together, figure out who's doing what and how we can work together.
Ladies, thank you so much for joining us. How can people get in touch with you, Jessica?
Handshelpingtolive.com, handshelpingtolive.com, and or my contact number, which is on the flyer.
You want to read it out because they can't see it. Some can't see
it. Sure, of course. 443-378-0767.
Okay. Milan?
Just go to homefreeusa.org/developer or any of your social media channels, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, at Home Free USA, and you'll get more information if you want to become a homeowner, access development, whatever you want to do. We're here for you. HomeFreeUSA.org.
Good deal. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
To God be the
I
glory.
enjoyed y'all.
Yes. Donnie's gonna keep you on your toes now. Donnie's gonna.
Oh yeah, I
heard. You watched me grow up, Milan. I'm just realizing who it was. We grew up a block apart.
Yep, a whole block. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you,
Thanks.
everyone.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
Y'all have a good evening. Thank you.
Bye.
Good evening.
All right.